There are growing calls for a special counsel to look into Hunter Biden's business relationships and how much President Biden knew about them. This all comes as new emails revealed that in 2017, Joe Biden wrote a college recommendation letter for the son of Hunter's Chinese business partner. But the White House is still standing by its claim that Hunter is innocent and the president never spoke to him about his business dealings. Let's dive into all this in tonight's Buck Brief. So we know, and we actually covered this in an excellent special available to the First TV subscribers on the Hunter Biden laptop scandal, that the Democrat-aligned corporate media lied about that. They pretended it wasn't a story, that it was hacked, that it was fake. They just acted like we didn't know what we knew. And now, about 18 months later, they've decided they can speak about it a little bit. Now, why is that? It's because there is a U.S. attorney in Delaware who is looking at Hunter Biden for possible tax evasion, money laundering, and failure to register as a foreign agent criminal charges, right? So there's a real federal investigation into the sitting president's son. Imagine for a moment that this was actually one of the Trump children and not a Democrat president's son. And you can just figure out very quickly how the media coverage of this would be so different. But while we know that Hunter Biden is a mess and was engaged in shady and corrupt business relationships with Ukrainians, with Chinese businessmen, we know this now beyond any reasonable doubt. And while the criminal investigation is still going on into his personal liability for possible tax evasion and other things, he was given millions of dollars by Chinese businessmen with ties to the Chinese Communist Party, of course. So there's a lot going on here. What about 10% for the big guy? Remember that one? Everybody assumed that the big guy in the context of those deals that Hunter Biden was negotiating was Joe Biden, his dad, the big guy. That's where the political liability for the Democrats goes from smoke to fire to thermonuclear in a hurry. That's where all of a sudden you can see they have real problems with their sitting president, because if he's getting payoffs from corrupt Chinese businessmen, if he's getting a piece of the action, so to speak, from Hunter Biden selling access to his dad while his dad was vice president at the time, and then, of course, you'd have to wonder, is he compromised by those interests today? What else do Chinese and Ukrainian oligarchs know about the president, his son, and their business dealings? The White House, of course, saying, oh, don't worry, there's nothing to see here. Joe Biden never spoke to Hunter Biden about his business dealings. Watch.
To ensure the independence of the investigation, would the president support the appointment of a special counsel?
Well, first, the president has never had a conversation with the Department of Justice about any investigations into any member of his family. He said that during the campaign, and he will continue to abide by that. So I'd point you to the Department of Justice.
The president has said that he never spoke to his son about his overseas business dealings. Is that still the case?
Yes.
Never spoke about his business dealings to his dad. You see, the moment that this crosses over into the Biden crime family, instead of just the wayward son with a drug addiction of the sitting president who we're all supposed to feel so sorry for. Did they ever feel sorry for any of the Trump children for any reason whatsoever? Or show them any sympathy or even decency? No, of course not.
Don't miss American Scandal, Hunter Biden. A new First TV exclusive special hosted by Buck Sexton. Available right now only on the First TV app.